Hey, quick tutorial, real quick. So let's say you got weapons that have animations, and you want to get them in the game. Like for instance, I'm using the BLS Sapienza gun, just for this tutorial purposes. But anyway, what you would do is you would go into your Tptr folder. You go into weapons, open your weapon parent, and then you would add um, components. You would do skeletal mesh for the weapon, and then what you would do is instead of using the weapon mesh that's already on there, you would use the new one that you just created. And then if you have other attachments for that weapon or any other skeletal meshes that would go on that weapon, and you would create them at this point and then add them to them like the way I set this up right here. And so then you would go to the weapon type, the child, and you would take the original one, get it out of there, and then use the new one that's the skeletal, and then put it in. And then you would go also you got to go back into the parent blueprint. I totally forgot about this. You go into event blueprint, you create 3 montages. In this case, I only really need 2. One for the firing animation and one for the empty slide, and then one for the reload. The reload usually that'll basically just show. Usually, it just shows like the clip falling out of the bottom. You might need it, you might not. It depends on what you have. In this case, I don't, but I set it up anyway just in case I end up using them. All right, so what you would do is you got your firing animation, and then you got your empty slide, and then you would put these 2 spots right here. Basically from the true, type in play animation montage, and then weapon skeletal mesh, and then and then you'll get this, right? And then what you would do is you'll come down here, and you just bring that over, and then you tap it in there, right? And that's for the firing. And then for the stop firing, then you would have to take this. That'd be the play animation. And then bring in the empty slide, which would be here, and then tag that in right after reload weapon, because it says it's empty, right? So what you would do is, so then this is what you'll get afterwards. Then you compile save, and then you go into the weapon, and then in the weapon, then you would pick where your animation that you're going to use is, and you would set up your firing room at the top or bottom, wherever it says. It depends on how you name it. And then you have your second one there, and then so once you go into the game, I'm assuming that you know how to add weapons yourself, and you've already got them set up. So this is just really quick and straightforward. Then you would just go into your little test range, pick it up, and then test it, right? And this is what it'll look like. Looks like you bought yourself another good night's sleep. And so now you can see the firing animation working. And it works in both first and third person. You can slightly see it. I'm emptying out the clip right now. Just to show how it's done. Oh, I think I broke it. Oh, yeah, I did. Alright. Bugs at work. Oh, no, I didn't. How do I turn off the slow motion? Slow motion. Caps lock. All right. And so this is my animation for when the gun is empty. And now you see that it's all working fine. And there you go. Now you know how to set up animated weapons. All right, I'm done.